Honorable External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, Madam, Secretary of Foreign Affairs of Mexico, His Excellency Mr. Juan Ramon de la Fuente, distinguished panelists, President of the ORF, Samir Saran, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to today's high-level panel discussion coinciding with the 80th session of the General Assembly. The title of today's discussion that Samir chose focuses on the role of aid, trade, and technology in propelling the development agenda, especially for the Global South. It's indeed very timely. In the 80th year since the founding of the UN, the majority of population on the planet who are citizens of the Global South face a world economy strained by crisis and climate change, stuck in a low growth and weak investment cycle, and unable to meet their development needs. Let us briefly analyze the three pillars Samir chose in turn. First, aid. ODA is not only a source of emergency assistance, but a promise for a future predicated on education, healthcare, and economic opportunities. What are the trends in aid provision? First, the global aid target was missed by almost half. SDG 17.22 target aims at an ODA contribution of 0.7% of donors' gross national income. By 2023, we have only achieved 0.37%. Second, geopolitical challenges are straining financial flows. New emergencies are directly affecting donor countries, and they have shifted priorities, and this has increased pressure on aid budgets. In 2023, ODA to developed countries increased further to $43 billion, while ODA for asylum seekers and refugees in donor countries, which is a developed world, remained elevated at $31 billion. At the same time, ODA to Africa declined by 7%, and aid to Latin America and Caribbean dropped by 15%. Third, this one category of ODA disbursement, which is of assistance to refugees and asylum seekers in developed countries, in donor countries, has seen a 1,000% increase from $3 billion in 2010 to $31 billion in 2023. And fourthly, sustainable development financing is significantly impacted by the need to respond to current emergencies. So this is the trend on aid. Let us now deal with trade. The UNCTAD Trade and Development Report analyzes various shifts which are creating an inflection point in globalization. It characterizes the trends as indicating a lackluster growth in global output, a stagnation and deceleration in the world's major economies, eroded growth potential across the Global South, huge increase in public debt after COVID, eroded household purchasing power in both advanced and developing countries due to increase in consumer prices, shrinking stable jobs in the manufacturing sector. What is the solution it proposes? First, structural diversification, concrete commitment to social protection, and inclusive growth strategies. Second, promoting domestic revenue mobilization, curbing corporate arbitrage, enhancing oversight of multinationals to build economic resilience and achieve equity across the Global South. Third, an effective South-South policy cooperation and a North-South dialogue. Fourth, leveraging new emerging opportunities in green transition sectors, encouraging lower skill job creation in non-tradable services, and encouraging productivity enhancing investments for SMEs. And finally, since only 22 developing countries worldwide have investment grade ratings, to undertake significant efforts to revamp development financing and bring about a development-focused global financial system through multilateral cooperation. Now for the third pillar, technology. The third pillar is very, very critical. New technologies, AI, bioinformatics, genetics, medicine, are all capital intensive and out of reach of most of the Global South. The beacon of hope in this regard is the effort by India and a few other large developing countries to leverage technology to help leapfrog development, something which would have taken decades to be done in a few years. This is most visible in the case of digital public infrastructure. For India, our national biometric identification system of Aadhaar has covered 1.2 billion people with a 12-digit unique identifier. The Unified Payments Interface, a real-time instant payment system. Today, we have 17 billion monthly transactions with a value of $275 billion. 540 million bank accounts have been linked with these biometric ID cards and mobile phone numbers to facilitate direct benefit transfers, ushering in the world's largest financial inclusion program and reducing leakages and corruption. Friends, we are certainly on a trend line to miss achieving the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. Hence, today's discussion is vital in exploring how we could bring about global attention to the three important enablers of development: aid, trade, and technology, for the benefit of the majority of humanity which live in the Global South. I thank you for your patient hearing and look forward to a good discussion. Thank you very much.